Randolph Tower, better known as the Calumet Building, was the now demolished high-rise housing project in Chicago that Chief Keef, 051 Millie, Lil Reese, the artist formerly known as FYB J Mane, and the founders of OTF, Lil Varney and Chief Wut, called home. It was also the home of Lil Varney's and Chief Wut's daddy's very profitable heroin business. The BD twins, Varney and Varma Voker, suffered a major setback to their business on December 4, 2001, when police raided the Calumet Building, seizing weapons and drugs. With the heat on them, the BD twins decided to lay low for a minute and left Chicago. BD board member from Inglewood, Kenyatta Coates, better known as Yomo, saw his opportunity to expand his business and fill the void in the drug market, so he started selling heroin in the Calumet Building. But Randolph Towers was controlled by board member Donnell Scandalous Jahan and Marvale, King Vale Thompson had appointed Corey Evans, who was called CMAC or Colonel, to act as the board member in charge of day-to-day operations at the Calumet Building. The top rank in the BDs was the king. Next in the line of authority were the board members, who were appointed by the king and controlled drug distribution in their territory. The next tier of authority are the ministers. Next is the rank of co-minister, followed in descending order by the director, sometimes called a Demetrius, or first D, pause, co-director, or second D, pause, chief of security, and members or soldiers. On January 1, 2002, Henry Ingram, who held the rank of director in the Black Disciples Street Gang for the Inglewood neighborhood, was arrested for the murder of the BD twins' nephew, along with a foot soldier in Kenyatta Coates' army. King Vale wanted less killing and more money, so he forced the opposing factions to make peace and replaced Corey Evans on the board of directors with Jimmy McAfee, aka Little Man. Of course, this is not the only time that BDs fought each other, and according to Lil Reese, his dad used to beat up the daddy of the Whoops Man all the time in the Calumet Building, but there's just one problem with Lil Reese's story. Thanks for watching part 2 of the Cartoon News Network series on the BD Civil Wars.
Moving all on campus, Paul, mentioning Pop. You mentioning Big BD? It hit different. That's what we doing now. We mention Big Phone now. It hit different when we mention Big Phone now. It hit different. Then you talking about your dad used to be on my head. Bro, why is you getting on Cam Capone talking like that? Why is you getting on here whooping? You whooping, Reese. Little Reese, you know you whooping, bro. You know your dad, bro, my dad was a board member, bro. Do y'all homework on what a board member is, bro? Do y'all homework on a board member? Pops did time in the Fed. All this in paper, man. This is documented move. Stop playing, bro. Y'all tweaking, bro. It's murder. All this facts, bro. Pops just got out of the Fed doing time, bro. 15, this year 12 and a half, bro. Came home. It hit different. Your daddy ain't go down, bro. Your daddy ain't get locked up, bro. Your daddy ain't even, bro. They didn't even question your daddy, bro. They didn't question your daddy, so how was your daddy been able to put hands and feet on my daddy, bro? Bro, my daddy was a board member. Your daddy's like, do your homework on what a foot soldier is, bro. Do your homework, bro. Stop playing with my daddy.
There are 9 board members named in the 2004 RICO indictment. Math, plus common sense, eliminates 5 board members as the possible father to the Whoops Man. That leaves 4 men who could possibly be J Mane's daddy. The BD twins' big homie, Donnell Scandalous Jahan, was the leader of the faction of Black Disciples in the Calumet Building, a future king of the BDs, and is scheduled for release from prison in 2025. Considering J Mane's pops is already out of jail.
You are not.
Kenyatta Coates' territory covered the Englewood neighborhood, so we can eliminate him as the father.
You are not.
Albert Spann was the future king of the BDs on the west side, so
you are not.
Melvin Herbert, was the board member that controlled the South Side area from 55th Street to 60th Street, and on the East Side from Indiana to Michigan, not the Calumet Building. So
You are not.
Corey Evans was the board member in charge when the BD twins' nephew was killed, and he was replaced by Jimmy McAfee. So either one of them could be J Mane's daddy.
You are the father.
On the other hand, Randy Carter, also known as Bird, was Albert Spann's nephew, and controlled the west side of Chicago with his uncle. So
You are not.
during the course of the conspiracy, James Stewart, aka J-Mo, and Alfred Creamer, aka Al Mac, both, at different times, had authority over the Calumet Building. So either one could be the father.
You are the father.
Please, put some pressure on that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments section if you know the name of the man that Lil Reese's dad beat up, even though he was a BD board member, or let us know that you think Lil Reese is all cap, like J Mane says he is.
You are the father. Both from the Calumet Building, so our families is close, bro. So I don't be trying to overdo it. But on BD, Lil Reese, you know he's bogus. On King David, he's bogus. On BD, there's certain stuff I can't even say on the camera, but on King David, that man know he's bogus. On BD, then you get on this, you really got the nerve to get on these people platforms talking about I'm not your cousin. On BD, on King David, if I'm not your cousin on BD, I need a DNA test, boy. Man, stop playing with me, boy. I need a DNA test, bro. Since you want to talk about on BD on Boxville, boy. Since you want to talk about we not cousins, bro, I need a DNA test then. Prove it then, bro. Since we not cousins, bro. Why? Because I'm from 63rd, bro? Because I'm from 63rd, now you don't want to be my cousin, bro. You let the streets get too much to your head, Lil Reese, bro. You let this op stuff, bro, we let it go too far, Lil Reese. Bro, you know who your cousins is, bro. You know I got Calumet Building blood in me, bro. Stop playing with me. You know we all cousins, bro. It do hit different when you ain't claiming your cousin, because I'm from 63rd, bro. It do hit different.
BD board members were not violated, they ordered the violations. So J Mane is right, ain't nobody in the Calumet Building, including Lil Reese's dad, put hands and feet on his daddy, if his daddy was in fact a board member from the Calumet Building. In 1991, the Calumet Building flipped from GD to BD when King Vale offered Daniel Scandalous Jahan wholesale quantities of drugs at a reduced price, agreed to appoint him to the rank of a BD minister, and provided additional soldiers to run the remaining gangster disciples out of the housing project. Jahan's crew included the BD twins and the 4 board members from the Calumet Building, who might be J Mane's daddy. Not only did the BDs in Randolph Tower have to stick together to protect each other from gangster disciples, depending on hood politics, they also had to fight other BDs from Inglewood and the Low End to protect the Calumet Building's very profitable drug dealing operation. In about 1997, board member Melvin Herbert, representing the Newtown Black Disciples on the Low End, and other BDs from 39th Street had a shootout with BD members at the Calumet Building. Herbert later told confidential witness number 17 that Marvell Thompson told the Calumet BD members not to retaliate. In 2000, Kenyatta Coates, the feared BD board member from Inglewood, ordered confidential witness number 18 violated because CW18 owed him money for cocaine. Coates was in Cook County Jail, and CW18 went to visit him with other BD members including Ingram, who was the director in the Inglewood neighborhood, or First D, Pause, and one of the 2 men arrested for the murder of the BD twins' nephew, Williams, and Pennington. Antoine Pennington was the BD minister in Inglewood over Ingram. During this meeting, Coates instructed CW18 to give the money CW18 owed to Coates to Williams. Williams refers to James Williams, who was considered an outstanding member, meaning he exerted power and influence within the gang without holding an official title, because he was a big-time drug dealer with a close relationship to King Vale. The BD twins were also considered outstanding members that did not hold any official rank in the gang, but still exerted power because of their money and close relationship with Daniel Scandalous Jahan. In 2000, confidential witness 18 would begin to find himself in the middle of the power struggle between powerful board members, and it is under these circumstances that he went to visit Kenyatta Coates in jail. CW18 gave the money to Williams, but was still given a violation, consisting of a 3-minute beating behind the Calumet Building. Evans eventually stopped the violation. A few days after the violation, Ingram took CW18's car. Jahan told CW18 he would try to get the car back. Later, after Coates got out of jail, Coates had Pennington return the car to CW18. To make a long story short, CW18 was violated in 2000 because he owed board member Kenyatta Coates from Inglewood some money and took too long to pay him back. Board member Corey Evans stopped the beating behind the Calumet Building after 3 minutes. Henry Ingram wasn't satisfied with CW18's punishment, so he took his car. CW18 then asked Jahan from the Calumet Building to intervene on his behalf. In August 2001, CW18 promoted a party at the Cotton Club in Chicago, and during the party, Evans and other BD members started a fight. Management had to spray tear gas and open the doors to get them to leave. The following day at the Calumet Building, a BD board member, McAfee, told CW18 that CW18 violated BD rules by not supporting the other BD members during the fight at the Cotton Club. CW18 was taken to the 4th floor of the Calumet Building and beaten by 4 or 5 younger BD members. CW18 was hospitalized as a result of the beating and suffered broken ribs. During a party CW18 promoted at a nightclub, CW18 met with Thompson in the VIP section. Thompson asked CW18 why Coates had violated CW18 in 2000, and CW18 explained what happened. Thompson instructed CW18 that if CW18 had any future problems with BD members, CW18 should call him. In June 2002, 5 months after Henry Ingram and another one of Kenyatta Coates' henchmen killed the BD twins' nephew, Coates requested CW18 to meet with him. CW18 did not attend the meeting. This violated BD laws because CW18 had disrespected a higher-ranking BD member. CW18 learned that Coates ordered CW18 shot on sight. CW18 talked to Jahan about the order, and Jahan told CW18 to call Thompson. Jahan told CW18 he was upset with Thompson because Thompson told other BD members only to listen to him, which undercut board members' power. Jahan and CW18 then drove to 63rd and Wabash and met with Coates, who told CW18 that CW18 was lucky that Ingram did not find CW18 because he would have shot CW18. Jahan and Coates told CW18 that CW18 was going to be violated for disrespecting Coates. A number of BD members then arrived, and Coates told them that the violation would not start until another BD member arrived, who was one of Coates' guys. CW18 was taken to an abandoned building at 72nd and Emerald and beaten by 15 BD members for 5 minutes. In April 2002, prior to the above-described violation, CW18 recorded a conversation with Herbert. During the conversation, CW18 asked Herbert to have Thompson intervene with Coates and call off the violation. Herbert, the board member from the low end representing Newtown, agreed to speak with Thompson. In 2002, King Vale had a problem keeping the BDs from killing each other, and another one with law enforcement. By 2003, Marvale, Marvelous Thompson, recognized that the structure of his organization was untenable and reorganized the gang under 3 Kings. King Vale would continue to rule over the BDs in Englewood with Kenyatta Coates, and the BDs on the low end from Newtown with his right-hand man, Melvin Herbert. Donnell Scandalous Jahan, who was called Scans, was the king of the BDs from the Calumet Building and was expanding his empire further south on the east side of the city. Albert Spann was named the king of the BD Southwest, and he is the subject of the Cartoon News Network's next feature presentation as we continue our series on all of the BD kings in our next video. On May 5, 2004, CW24 consensually recorded a meeting with Jahan, Creamer, and another BD member in the parking lot of Vito's store at 63rd and Calumet. During this meeting, Jahan and Creamer discussed their membership in the BD. Specifically, Jahan discussed the founder of the BD, David Barksdale, and expressed his desire to invite some OGs to the BD King David Day picnic that month. Jahan related to Creamer and CW24 that he wanted to invite one OG in particular, and Vale asked Jahan, "Who the fuck is that?" During this meeting, Jahan, Creamer, and CW24 also discussed the probability that they would be arrested and given lengthy prison sentences in the near future that would prevent them from continuing to oversee the operation of the BD. Creamer stated they, meaning law enforcement, gonna try to make a grand move. They don't want to leave no motherfucker behind. They don't want to leave no Almax, Kramer's nickname, and no motherfucking Scans, Jahan's nickname, no none of that behind, where some shit can flare up again. They want to cut the head off the snake, and the tail. And guess what? Alfred Creamer, who might be J Mane's daddy, was right. A few days later, the Calumet Building was raided by the police, and J Mane's daddy was arrested.
On B, when Chief Keef made bang on King David. On B, when Chief Keef made bang on 2th grade, I was at Lil Reese's crib, bro. After the video was made, bro. So, both of them in there playing bang on the TV on both of them. I'm at Lil Reese's